Hi YouTube, hi people, how are you all doing? I'm doing okay. Hot outside, so hot, wish we'd get rain. And I hope that my tower fan's not interfering with my microphone. So maybe I'll bring the mic a little bit closer and move this. I should have done this before I even came on, but here we go. Alright, I know I was talking about tips and tricks. It's going to be the last one. Because, you know, people want to save money, but are you all done hearing all this? Yeah, probably. Today was garage sale day. They had, not an estate sale, that's in the home, but they had everything out, but they had a lot of it on the porch, so don't just sit out in the sun. So I'm going to read the rest of my stuff to you. These are my notes that I took, yeah. That I took, wow, okay, that I took from, oh, my camera, that I took from, I have a book that I've had a long time ago on, I have a book called, it's called Dumpster Diving, which, look, I really don't dumpster dive. I have in the library for books, but I don't for food and stuff like this, but I have a few tips for you. Okay, I've often had people say, you know, you had your hair cut so nice. In a previous video, I put a picture up in the corner of how I had it cut. And they're like, why don't you go back to that? You look stunning, polished, your age. I hated that. So, 1, wear your hair how you like it. If you like it gray, keep it gray. If you like it colored, keep coloring it, but wear the style that you like and don't listen to the other people, because I almost did. I almost went and listened to them and said, geez, maybe I just need to cut it again and put it up because it lifts me up. Ouch. I don't know, but no, I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay, so 2, move your body. I don't care if you're sitting in a chair and just lift your legs up and down. That's movement. Good for your heart, good for your blood, good for oxygen, good for everything. There's chair exercises online, as a matter of fact, like yoga chair. You sit in the chair and do yoga, just with your arms and your legs, a little bit of your torso. Do it. If you don't want to take a walk, take a walk. I'm not telling you to jog. I'm not going jogging. Not jogging, but I'll walk. So I walk my dog, I put on here. So move. Walk your dog or walk safely in your neighborhood. Walk safely in your neighborhood. Walking safely in your neighborhood means don't walk at nighttime when it's dark. Walk at dusk when the sun goes down in your area if you want to. Because I'm not saying go out in the sun. I hate the sun. But go out when the sun goes down and have a buddy system. Walk with a neighbor, walk with a friend, walk with a loved one, walk with your dog, and you know, just walk and be aware of your surroundings to stay safe. That's all. Just walk. Get out and walk. Move. Or if you can't do that, just sit in your chair and twist. You don't need weights. Just keep doing you. It's all over YouTube on how to do chair exercises. I think they're great. I'm too lazy for that. I just prefer to walk. I have 4 dogs. I just walk them around the block a couple times. Done. Exercise in. Yeah. That's me. Okay. So, yeah, buddy up for a nice slower walk. You know, the quality of your walk, a lot of people say, well, you have to walk fast to get your heart rate up and to really, you know, no, you don't. You don't. Science is now showing that just walking, cleaning your home, dusting like I did in here today, that's why I'm kind of at the angle, just that movement alone is going to improve your exercise habits. You can walk slow. There are people who cannot walk fast. So why would I sit here and say, everybody walk fast because you need to? That's the wrong answer. Just walk slow. Walk at your pace, take your time, breathe. So you won't get dizzy or pass out or fall. Watch your step and have a ball. I mean, I'm not treating people like they're 100 years old here. I'm just stating the obvious. As we get older, look, when I was 20 years old, man, am I sweating. When I was 20 years old, you can throw me on concrete and I would bounce back up like a ball. Now, splat. So as we get older, we need to slow down. But we can still do things. I still ride horses. I just ride horses, well, nah, one's iffy. I'm going to say that. But before that, I rode horses that were extremely more like a trail horse. Really cool. Slower horse. So go with that. Go with it, slowing down. Okay, wear sneakers that have cushions in them they come cushioned, so you don't get bunions or sores, or don't want to walk because it hurts, because your feet are hurting. God, my daughter wears sandals, like flip-flops, and she wonders why she has super dry heels and they're cracking. And I told her why. Get a pair of cushioned shoes and wear them. But they don't look good. That's my daughter. Now I'm asking you, if you want to walk, have cushion, because cushion really, really matters when you walk. Makes your legs and joints and knees feel better. And again, walking slower, you're not wearing your joints out. And walking, at first, if you have arthritis, one of my dogs does, and although he takes medication for it, he will start off slower, and I'm like, oh, but he just needs to warm up, move his joints and warm up a little bit, and he walks fine with me. So we're the same way. We are the same way. We need to start out slow, and then we can just kick it up a little bit. Okay, so if you live alone and don't drive, ask a neighbor or a dear friend. Oh yeah, ask a neighbor if you live alone and you don't have a vehicle because you Uber, or a lot of people Uber, or you usually wait for an Uber to take you grocery shopping or whatever in your neighborhood. You don't know who's moving in, who's moving out. Across the street you may, or next door you may, but down the road you may not. And who may be looking, and I'm not being paranoid, I'm stating the obvious here. So while stating the obvious, I'd like to say that ask a neighbor, a friend, a family member, if they can please park a car in your driveway. That will help a lot. Seeing that car in the driveway means there's somebody there, and you're not always catching an Uber. People watch. I'm asking you to be aware of your surroundings always. Always be aware of your surroundings and follow your gut instinct. So have a car parked in your neighborhood. In your driveway. Doesn't have to be there every night. But if you have a garage, it's all the more better. It's guesswork for people. They don't know if there's a vehicle in that garage. So if you don't have a garage, ask if you have the money and you can get a $50 beater, but it has good tires on it and looks like it runs, get it. $100, get it. 50. Park it in your driveway. You can back it in so you don't have to tag it. Just park it in your driveway. Okay. Don't count on window locks. Never count on window locks. Never ever count on your window lock, that little lock that locks on the window. It's too easy. People know where to go to unlock it. So you can buy yourself or make wooden dowels. And if you don't know what that is, you can Google that. And a wooden dowel, which goes in the side of the windows. They gotta take out the whole doggone window to get through. Look, people who are going to come into your home, they want to get in quick and they want to get out quick. So they don't want to take your whole window out and the whole frame. They're gonna have to. So don't count on the window lock itself. I have the window lock, because it comes with them. And then I have the little screw-in lock that you buy that they can't see on the side. Nobody can see it from outside. And I have wooden dowels that just slip right in the side of my windows on both sides, on every window I have. And Google that. It'll show you a picture of window dowels. It's just round wood that pushes right in there. They can't open it, and they won't figure out why. They'll move on to a softer target, and it won't be you. So I have that. And okay, always, even if you don't have one, always have a beware of dog sign. Always have one. Because dimwits don't know. They just don't know. I don't care if they're watching you 24/7. I'm sure you'll have a back door or something, a yard, a patio, or whatever out back. Have a beware of dog sign in sight where they can see it. It really deters people. Beware of dog. No trespassing. People don't care. Trust me, I know. People don't care. Beware of dog sign. Seriously. They think you got a dog. Don't want to mess with you. You know, you can do that. And if you want, there are on Amazon or wherever you go, there are signs that have a big Doberman pinscher framed, a Doberman pinscher. It's just a beware of dog. It has like a Doberman shape or a Mastiff shape or a whatever dog you want. Make it a big dog, and they're not going to want to come in your home. They're not going to want that. They may test the waters by knocking, and you can always say through your door, "Yes, may I help you?" If I don't know you, and there's, well, I'm just wanting to know if you, whatever, just go on from there in your own brain. They want you to open the door, in other words. If you're interested in, and can I hand you a flyer? How's that? Say I would let you right now, but my dog is going to run up to the door and go off. Bad. I do it, and I really have dogs. It works. An alarm system. If you can't afford that, sleep near your cell phone. If you can't afford to have, a lot of people can't afford alarm systems today. They're expensive. They're very expensive. Always sleep with your cell phone next to you, first of all. Call a friend or loved one every night before bed and upon rising in the morning. Let them know you went to bed. They'll expect to hear from you. Let them know you're awake in the morning. They'll expect to hear from you. That is another thing. You do that. If they don't hear you, tell them to do 911 if they don't hear from you. And oops, my bad if I forgot. Seriously, if you forget, you forgot. But make it a habit. Put a little note right there. Post it every night that you call a loved one before bed, or a friend, whoever, neighbor that you really know well, and call every night, call every morning. This applies to women mainly, men not so much, but women who live alone and who want to stay in their home, and I'm going to sneeze, and who want to stay in their home. You know, they don't want to go someplace else, and they're living alone. This really applies to them, and it will apply to an elderly man as well, or a man in a wheelchair or whatever. It applies to him too. People see you come and go. Believe me. Your neighbors see you come and go, but neighbors normally are not a threat if they know you and they've lived there like you have quite a while. New neighbors, I got my eye on them. Okay. Also, need something fixed inside of the home. Let workers know that your husband, even if you don't have one, or your son will be home very soon. Okay? Let them know that your husband or your son's going to be home very soon. Even if you don't have a son, even if you don't have a husband. Just let them know. Let them be aware. It's always nice. This is something that I learned on my own. Take a big pair, and they're dirt cheap. They're gnarly, used up, large foot boots, and set them by your front door. Men's boots. Oh, there's a man that lives here. He takes his boots off before he goes in the house. There you go. That's another one. Every now and then, it's not going to hurt you at night to open the door and bring the boots in and set them on the floor. They're moving, or put them in a different position outside. Things like this, they throw the idiots off. Perpetrators are stupid, so it'll throw them off, and I like that. So, that's that one. Dogs that bark. A dog that will bark when somebody knocks at the door. Gotta sneeze. Oh. A dog that barks when somebody knocks at the door is fine. A lot of people don't like dogs that bark when someone knocks at the door. Owners of dogs. For the life of me, I can't figure that one out. My purpose is to, when somebody knocks on my door, bark. And all four of them. And all four of them do. So, bark away, baby. Bark away. And when I tell you to hush and be quiet or go lay down, they stop. Usually. But no, they're there. The dogs are there, and the people know it. So, I don't know what's wrong, but my light's weird. So, yeah. If you have, I don't care, if you have a small dog. Small dogs that are yappy only when need to be. Like someone's knocking on your door or your window, or they hear a noise when you're in bed and they start barking. They are your first responders if you live alone. That is your first responder. Okay? Doesn't hurt then to turn a light on. Make sure curtains and everything are closed. Turn the light on. Someone's awake. Turn the light on in another room. No, there's more than one person. And let your little dog bark if something seems suspicious. They're going to leave quickly, and then they're going to move on. And another one I want to mention is, please, if you have a camera, just one cheesy, cheap, not a dummy camera, but a real camera, put it outside. Have one mounted. I don't care if you mount it in your window on the inside. But let them see that little red light blinking at night. And again, you're a hard target. You're not a soft target. They need to see that and know that's a camera. Like I said, perpetrators aren't too smart. They're not smart at all, actually. They're very stupid people. They're just extremely, and I hate to say that about anybody, but you know, someone who's coming to steal something that you have or do something or whatever, they're stupid. So today we had a neighbor down the road. They just moved in about, I don't know, 6 months ago. They're nice. A man, a woman, and they have 2 children, and she's pregnant again. And he asked today about the maroon car, because we got 3 vehicles here. I sold mine. There would have been 4. One sits outside. That's my landlord, because he doesn't care about the garage. And he has a maroon Chevy. A new car, or a nice car. Very nice car. I think it's like 4 years old now. And it sits outside, and the man down the road asked if it was, does it ever move? I never see it move. Yeah, when my landlord feels like going somewhere, it moves, but they're always working. He asked if it was for sale, and I remember saying that it's not for sale. He'll keep it. What is it? It's not a Chevy Volt. Maybe it is. It's a good-looking car. Good looking, and it's maroon. And he just leaves it in the front yard. Doesn't care until he needs to go somewhere. And the guy wanted to buy it. And so see, people notice when someone says, "I never see it move." He really doesn't. My landlord goes shopping every 2 weeks to get his food, because usually we head out and we'll grab him something that he needs at night. So he doesn't drive often at all. People take note of how people live, and they don't know us. They've never talked to us, really, except hi, and they've never talked to us. So he does notice that the car's not been moved, and to me, that's just something where it's not for sale. It is my landlord's. my landlord don't use the front door much. He likes to check the mail, but he had a hip replacement years ago that's kind of getting sore on him now, so he'll walk out and check the mail, but he's not doing anything in the front yard or sitting on the front porch or anything like that, so no one sees him. Actually, in this house, nobody really goes out the front door because we go through the garage or we go in the backyard. So wow, yeah, they don't know how many people live here, but they do know there are more than one. There's more than one dog living here. They do know that, and you know, your home should be the same if you have concerns of your neighborhood, a neighbor, stalking. I know the reason I'm putting this out here because I never thought I'd be stalked, and I was, and it was going to go pretty damn ugly, but they got him. Doggone it, they got that guy. That's another video. But he's back, but he's not bothering me in any way, because you know, if ever I find a red rose on a car, I know to call the police and know who to tell them to go ask. I still have the paperwork from the first stalking, and he may think that's my car, and he's up to it again because he's back. I've seen him, he has seen me, but nothing. He also probably the whole neighborhood could hear when all 4 dogs go off. So it's the way it is, you know. They're in the living room during the day behind a gate because it's a long, big living room, and they stay in there, and they do fine, except for one who has the run of the whole house, but he will run up and bark with them to the gate that he can't get over. So, yeah, I mean, the whole neighborhood knows we have dogs. So dogs are phenomenal when it comes to someone who wants to break in your home. Now we have a neighbor he's cool, but he's got gun signs all over. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put up, you know, H&K or Sig Sauer or anything like that for guns. I don't put up those stickers because I don't, because then they come usually with a firearm as well. Then they don't just come barehanded or with, then they usually are coming with a firearm, and no, I'm not down for that. So I don't advertise anything like that on my vehicle. He does on his vehicle too, or on my home. I have no trespassing, which didn't work. We're in a roundabout, what's it called? A cul-de-sac. Sorry, a cul-de-sac. So I'm more down at the end. So I have in my driveway, we have on our front of the house no turnaround on our house, because they usually use our driveway. They, by the time they're turning around, I think they see it because they don't do it again. Those would be neighbors. But beware of dog in the window. Really does it. Really does it. So those are just some safety things, and they're worthy of mentioning, because for anybody living alone, or even if you have a husband who's working all the time and you're home, or just for the two of you, just these are tips that work to keep you healthy and alive. Okay, so hit a yard sale today. This, not open, never used. Tresemme is not, I'm not going to be picky. It's Tresemme. It's not been used, but it is down below this. But none of this opens. See, this is whatever. What are they going to put in it? Nothing. Yeah. And it's a glosser. Like after you wash your hair and condition it, this will seal in moisture in your hair. So with bleached hair, and yeah, I need it. So I got that. I thought that was pretty cool. I set it there. And then I went and got this. I got 3 of these because they're not open. There we go. I don't know how to say it. Oxyl acne foaming wash for your face. I don't have, well, there's something busting out up here, but I don't have acne normally, so I bought them because just something different for my face that I'll be using, and yeah, something different that I'll be using for my face. And I thought, why not try it? They're not open. They're good. And this definitely has not been open. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrogel Mask. And they had, I don't know how many they had, maybe a few, but I got this one because, they feel so good on your face. I've tried all kind of masks, and they feel good on your face. Now, last night I said I was going to use this after I washed my hair. But I didn't do it because I forgot. So I used another conditioner that's already in the bathroom. But what I did do, I can't take the heat. I'm sorry, I just can't take the heat anymore. So what I did do is I went ahead. Listen, I don't make a habit out of this, and I'm not going to. But I had some Schwab shampoo, which they've really upped their product. They ramped up good. And I washed my hair with it. Does it do the best? No, but it did. I think I put too much leave-in conditioner after that, which really kind of gunked it and weighed it. But either way, as I'm shampooing my hair, I realized I forgot my bar of shampoo. Now I use a bar, or I will use a pump for your body. I used to use Kirk's. I have to admit I gone off of that because it's expensive. So what I did was I said, look, the scalp is what you wash. It's skin. It's skin, right? There's hair follicles. Well, there's hair follicles here too. I feel them. I feel hair. So, like, I'm washing my scalp. I'm sudsed up. And I'm bringing the suds through the hair when I'm getting ready to rinse. So I'm like, I'm just going to go to town. I use Schwab. I took a shower. I don't take baths. I don't like them much. So I went ahead and I used Schwab all over my body. And I washed with it. And I rinsed off, and I smelled good, and my hair smelled good, and I thought, look, if you can put it on your scalp, seriously, if you could put it on your skin in here, it's all skin. This is what we're scrubbing. We're getting in here to our skin, right? We're not just the hair. You don't do that. So we're washing our scalp, and while we're washing our scalp, I'm thinking the pH may be a little different up here than it is on your feet, but I don't care because it all goes back the same anyway. You rinse off, you dry off, your pH is going to bounce back to where it goes anyway, or it's just going to go back. I'm not doing any harm doing that. I'm not. I wouldn't do it with conditioner because conditioner just, I don't know. Conditioner's too slippery, but I took a shower in my hair shampoo, my scalp shampoo. I used it on my whole body. I felt great. I rinsed off in cold water, and I felt great. So hey, try it sometime. Don't get in your eyes. Well, don't get soap in your eyes anyway. That burns. But I mean, like this. I've had this for a long time. This is Sleek and Shine After You Wash Your Hair by Garnier, and it's a leave-in conditioner. And I've taken this and I've literally, like, for example, this part here has no water on it, but it's not going to need it. This stuff is thick. Okay, it's thick, but my nose is running, so forgive me for that. And you rub it in your hands, and this part that always feels like cotton candy will just love it. and I'll have less breakage. It's not going to look greasy because it's bleached. This part is bleached. It'll just suck it up. It's porous, very porous hair. Bleached hair is damaged hair, and it's just very porous. So I have that, and I use that, and there's that. Ugh, in between my fingers. Now this is my natural color, but the top of it is red, and then it gets darker underneath, so it's weird. But this is what I do, and I don't have enough for that side because I'm about out. But this, see, you can separate it with your fingers and just, oh, I don't know, but it works. I don't know what else to say except it works. It's not greasy, it's not oily, it just looks more polished and better to me. So these are hacks, tips, and tricks that people should be using right now in the economy. The Garnier leave-in conditioner is not expensive if you need to buy something. Put it on the ends of the hair. That's where it belongs, on your ends. On the ends of your hair. I usually start around here. Sometimes I will go up here because this thick stuff doesn't weigh my hair down. It adds volume. It's just weird that way. It adds a lot of volume. So, but I have layers all over my head that I'm trying to grow out. So if you have layers that you're just trying to grow out and you're in that awkward stage like I am, throw stuff on it. Stuff that you like. Stuff that's good for it. They say no sulfates. Every now and then you can use a shampoo and conditioner that contains sulfates. Look at the girls of the 70s. I'm one. And I had long, beautiful hair. Look at Crystal Gale back then. Look at her hair. I mean, look at Farrah Fawcett. Their hair. You know? And what they had, Wella and all that, which contained so many sulfates. But they knew what they were doing. And at the yard sale, I got hold the bag. Hold the bag. So there's all kinds of I like hair bands. I just like hair bands. I'm not sure why. They don't look good on me. Here's a black one, which could be worn as a choker. They don't really look good on me. They don't. They just really don't. Maybe if I were back in the 60s and I was a hippie. And even that looks stupid. But I bought them because I like them and because, let me take my glasses off, I don't need them. Because I know that I will use them sooner or later. However that looks, I don't know. But I don't know. It gets the hair off my face in a way, except the bangs that have to grow. But yeah, you can pull your hair forward with it. You can do all kinds of things. So when you are out and you come across, you know, things that you need or will use on your hair, do it. Just do it because it works. You know, this is working. It's doing the job it should do. It's just I've got over here seems longer. Over here is like more layers. I don't know why, but yeah, you know, if I just had the stick straight hair right now, it would probably look better. I don't know. There are many ways to wear these things, but that's what I do. That's what I bought, and that's what I do. And those tips that I gave you all to use, you know, for the home, for walking and movement, getting out and getting air, use them. Don't ever take anything for granted, because if my neighbor down the road knows that that car's not moving, and it's not, once in a while it will move when he goes to the store, my landlord, he sees. Never thought that was going to happen, and that's what made me mention that today, so I wrote it on my paper. He sees, and he's a neighbor who's only been there like 6 months and never talked to us, but he had that to say. Look, they both have SUVs. I don't know why he'd want to buy a car, but he probably has his reasons. But he's noticing. And I don't know if he realizes how many people live here, but we have walked by with, I usually walk when it's cooler, like at dusk, because the sidewalk is not hot then. I go out there and I feel, because they're pads. So I usually walk, my ex will walk, he's got a standard Schnauzer, he'll walk the Schnauzer. We got a, people know them as cane Corsos, with Cane Corso, Italian Mastiff. I got one of them who is hopefully going to be placed in a home. I didn't get him to keep him here forever at this point, but he's been here quite a while. So she's been here quite a while. So she's growing up, and she's trained, and just wow, such a good dog. People have asked me, can I pet her? Because we went through Lowe's, went through Home Depot. Yeah, you could pet her because she's nice. She's a very nice dog, but I can't keep her. The food bill, number one, is killing me. She's growing, and she's going to be a hefty big girl. So I walk her, and he'll walk his Schnauzer, and we walk by their house. Now I'm observant as well. I observe. They moved in. They're renters. They moved in. I've observed, and they have 2 kids, and they have a black lab. So, yeah. But I don't think I would go to their home and ask about a vehicle. I don't know. That's not me. I'm a people person, and I adore people, but you always have to, you can judge somebody just by observing and not talking to them. And I think I do more of that. But I will say hi to everybody. It's because it's who I am. But I like to people watch. That's the word. People watch. You learn a lot. You see a lot of stuff that you don't like. You'll see a lot of stuff that's really great. So that's the end of the video, and I want to thank you all for being here. Good, got there. And I had one comment. I got somebody who, has some questions, and I'm just like, how did you get my email? So I don't know, but I got to put all that out there so you all can start. I have to up this because I want to do a clothes thing. What is it? Where you try on clothes, show off my clothing that I've bought, that I'm proud of, that I like, that I'm wearing. I'll be a sweating mess, but who cares? I just want to show the clothes, not me. And because they're all from a thrift shop, and they're all beautiful, the ones that I have. And yeah, thrift shop clothing, they really rock. I have stuff over here, like a lot of stretch pants, and those aren't the ones, but these are excellent yoga pants. Oh wow. And they're tight, they're nice and tight, they're excellent. Look at the quality on them. Aren't they nice? And they came from a thrift shop. Not one thing wrong with them, not one thing, except they needed to be washed, because you have to wash your clothing. So there we go. Alright, thank you for watching. Next time I will be talking about something different. Tips on how to live and survive. I know you all know them now. A little bit about safety in the home and what have you. Yes, that's done. So off to greener pastures. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. And stay well, be well. Please, if you use anything I said, just one Just one would make a difference. Just one would make a difference, without a doubt. I know it. And it's one on how to save money, and one in your home. How's that? And one in your home. And if you live in a place that doesn't allow animals and you have a beware of dog sign, let them know. Let the HOA know that we don't have a dog. Come and look all the time. I'm just putting a sign up because, you know, people drive through here. People do. They drive around. They look. And they watch. You know, they look and they watch. And right now, things in the world are... And you know, nothing's stable. Extremely unstable. So, I wish you all luck. Nice weekend. Happy Easter. Don't eat too much chocolate, because I will for you. Have a good day or night. Thank you. Bye-bye.